Well, amid all the current turmoil in the White House, Donald Trump is delighting in one positive development, the record gains on the American stock market. But the president's joy could be short-lived, as RT correspondent Caleb Maupin reports.
The U.S. stock market is riding high, and there's no one more happy about it than the man in the Oval Office.
The stock market hit an all-time record high today, over 22,000. We've picked up substantially now more than $4 trillion in net worth in terms of our country, our stocks, our companies.
Now, that sounds great, right? Well, that depends on who you ask. First, let's quiz some movers and shakers here on Wall Street. What do you think of the spike in the markets that Donald Trump's been talking about?
Look, it's obviously great news that the economy is doing well. I think that's generally a good vibe for everyone. On the other hand, I think it's not unusual for a new administration to sometimes want to take credit for a trend that might have surfaced in the previous one.
Businesses are looking to see that there's going to be no more regulation, and they're happy to see that, and the market is following suit. It's doing outstanding. It's setting records, so it's doing very well, yes.
But the average American doesn't really share their enthusiasm.
I think a lot of people are suffering. I think he's trying to take out union jobs, I mean, everybody is entitled to their own opinion, but from what I'm seeing, we're all struggling.
A lot of people don't have jobs. Everybody's looking for jobs, no housing. Everything is just messed up. Everything is just going downhill.
So now all of a sudden, when he comes in office, the stock market is zooming sky high, but then everything else is going low. Why are people minimum wage is still at $7.50?
Maybe the working classes have a reason to be skeptical.
Stocks all around the world are tanking because of the crisis on Wall Street.
Over the past few weeks, many Americans have felt anxiety about their finances and their future.
My people have been in this game for 25 years, and they are losing their jobs, and these firms are going to go out of business, and he's nuts. They're nuts. They know nothing.
I did not run for office to be helping out a bunch of fat cat bankers on Wall Street.
On and on and on, regulator after regulator, they either chose not to act or turned a blind eye to what was actually going on.
It was a lack of regulation that many people blame for the chaos that took place back in 2008. But fast forward to today, President Trump says that too much regulation is the problem.
We have had regulation that's been so bad, so out of line, that it's really hurt our country. And as you see, on a daily basis, we're getting rid of regulation.
Now, not everyone agrees with the president on that. A recent report from the public advocacy group called Public Citizen had this to say.
With bankers and bank industry lawyers now controlling policy and regulation, Trump has begun dismantling the guardrails that are meant to protect the public from Wall Street. The Trump administration's changes would make Americans more vulnerable to the sort of reckless bets that upended the economy in 2008 and to scams by unscrupulous bankers.
But Trump says that this is just the beginning.
What we're going to be doing over the next 6 months will be incredible. We've signed more bills, and I'm talking about through the legislature, than any president ever.
Yes, everybody agrees that 2008 was a big mess. But the question on people's minds now is the current spike in the market hailed by Trump just a rise, getting ready for a big fall? Caleb Maupin, RT, New York.
Journalist Brenton Lengel, who was heavily involved in the Occupy Wall Street movement, says that giving too much power to the banks could result in yet another market crash.
It's the same attitude that led to 2008. The banking sector is notoriously bad at judging its own risk. It's one of the reasons why you need strong regulations on banks. The Trump administration doesn't seem interested in, really paying any attention to the financial sector beyond, just let them do what they want to do. And we've seen what happens when they do what they want to do. They crash the economy, they put a bunch of people out of work, suicides go up, and you get Occupy Wall Street. Trump is crowing a lot about how the stock market is doing very well under him, but the fact is he has nothing to do with it. The only thing that Trump has been able to do mostly is to scare the market with various regulations.